Alright, we're going to head into the second match of the night, which is a good one. We've got Chronic and NightOwl today. NightOwl, the more veteran of the stream compared to Chronic, as he's going to get the first goal of this game one off a kickoff. He has played a few matches before. He played Flitz in his debut and lost in game 5, but then went on a run on a one day. We threw him against 3 different opponents and he took them all down. He was looking on fire, one of them being Drees, which was the best of his wins and really kind of solidified how good of a night he was having, as Drees is one of our better players that plays on stream. So good that Miles said, "Give me NightOwl." NightOwl's on fire. I want to see him play me. And Mile did what he does, as we just saw in the match before. As Chronic's going to put a nice little, was this a musty off the? Yes, it was. Musty ceiling shot to that bottom left corner to sneak it past NightOwl. But Mile, yeah, Mile was able to take down NightOwl after they, after Mile called him out. So that is NightOwl's history. Chronic has heard about the stream just recently. His history comes from all the other 1v1s he's played. Of course, most people know him from Johnny Boy's stream. And the success he's had there, so he was able to get to the Worlds of the Salt Mine, meaning he finished top 4 in North America. So he's going to put a nice 180 flick in the goal here. Currently, the most stylish average goal you could get in a show match right now, as he puts a nice one in the top of the net. Hard not to favor Chronic in almost every matchup that we've seen him so far in stream, just based on the history that he has. NightOwl has been playing ranked. Chronic doesn't even seem to care about the ranked ladder anymore, so he's going to put on a third goal with another musty here. Both these guys, some of the top performers on stream, looking to try and potentially find an auto qualification for the league we're going to be having here. Of course, if they're not able to do it, they'll have to play through the league and the qualifiers just like everybody else. And Kinsey making a strong case for himself so far, going up against another top player on the stream, up 4-1 in game number 1. Chronic taking it to the skies yet again. Another flip reset. These people are insane today. It's just crazy. The level of flip reset shots, it seems like it's the go-to move nowadays. NightOwl actually was close to that one. Did not quite get the read on how much height was going to be gained with that shot. He was close to it. But these guys are just putting on a clinic. These shots are so hard. And they're just making it look like routine hits. I don't even know what to say. It's like, it's just, the level of play is so high tonight from both these guys, from Chronic and Mile, and even Daniel, who did end up getting 3-0'd, also was playing at a high level. Just was going up against the pure definition of being on fire, which is Mile. Nice flick from NightOwl is going to get him his second goal here. A lot of space given to him from Chronic, who head back to his net, set up a shadow, and did not expect the speed from that flick from NightOwl. Had a short poll in chat right before this game started. See who chat had, Chronic or NightOwl. And it was tied. Chat doesn't know which one of these two players is going to come out with the win. Chronic said in Discord that he thought him and NightOwl were fairly equal. NightOwl's flip reset isn't going to actually get any movement on the ball, which means it's going to be very easy to save. Chronic gets a little bit too ahead of this air dribble, but NightOwl's touch is too strong. Might have had an opportunity to counterattack if he had touched it a little bit lighter with that first touch. This power shot from Chronic's not going to go in, but it's not about that. It's about putting NightOwl on his back foot. NightOwl falls for it as he dives in a little bit too deep. Chronic flicks it over him and gets that 6th goal. NightOwl, nice kickoff goal. Something we'll need to see a lot from him if he wants to pull off the upset against Chronic. The last game, despite Miles' dominance, wasn't really due to kickoff goals, just due to the fact that he was absolutely insane when given any sort of space anytime during the possession. But NightOwl has been commended for his kickoffs in recent days, so maybe that's something we'll see out of him in order to put himself back in this game number one. Nice flick from NightOwl, just a centimeter away from being perfectly placed. Chronic not able to get behind it. Does miss out on the mid boost, means NightOwl is going to be able to take more control than he would be able to otherwise. He's going to initiate a dribble, and Chronic flips away, giving a lot of space to NightOwl, who's not able to get enough movement on his air dribble, so to get stopped out. NightOwl's side flip challenge ends up flying over the ball. Got a little antsy, thought he was going to be able to take that ball away. Chronic just sitting there waiting for NightOwl to mess it up for himself. And he succeeds in doing so. He's going to go up 4 with 2 minutes left here. Not an impossible amount of time. 30 seconds per goal isn't even really that fast of a play, and NightOwl's going to get the first one shortly after this kickoff. Nice slow down of the play by him. Got Chronic up in the air early. And with Chronic's first jump coming at the wrong time, there is not going to be a good chance he's going to be able to get back behind that ball, and NightOwl did well to secure it. Flip reset from Chronic. This time able to be stopped out, as that play was a little bit too low. Predictable coming out of NightOwl. He's going to set up a dribble for himself. Chronic gets a little bit too interested in that corner boost. Felt like NightOwl could have put that on net and ended that possession right there, but maybe Chronic knows something I don't, as NightOwl misses high. Chronic able to get back in front of this ball. NightOwl with no boost isn't going to be able to tap this in. Both these guys playing with 0 in front of Chronic's net. That flip reset's not going to do much for him. So far from the net that Chronic tosses it up. Just a pure pass to NightOwl. His freestyling background means he loves a nice bounce dribble to initiate something in the air, but he doesn't really get much of anything out of this attempt, except for just some consistent pressure, as now both these guys low boost situation. The 50 favors Chronic, and they'll both reset. Ooh, Chronic just getting a little backflip in the net. NightOwl is slowly eating away at this lead for the past couple minutes. We'll see if he's able to get the rest of it in time. Not exactly a great placed shot by NightOwl, it didn't seem, but Chronic was at the perfectly awkward speed where if he backflips early, he goes behind it, which is what ended up happening, and if he backflips too late, he doesn't get the right contact on the ball that he needed. NightOwl's going to wish he had pounded that one in the top of the net instead of on the backboard with 15 seconds left. That was most likely the difference between having a shot in this game number one. Chronic's going to take it downfield. He should be able to get one more goal here. He's going to make it 8-5, make it look like it was not as close as it was. Game number one is going to go to Chronic. Saw Chronic playing in the Batmobile earlier today. I wonder if he'll throw that in at all. At the same time, which is something we couldn't get away with before, the match would instantly deteriorate once we press that record button. But right now, the recording seems to work. So we got a set of upgrades. Hopefully, it'll be nice for the VODs on YouTube. If you're watching this game on YouTube, what's going on? But here we are in game number 2, Chronic versus NightOwl. If for some reason you're tuning in just now in game number 2, these guys fighting for an opportunity to not have to qualify instead of what you normally hear. I feel like you hear about people fighting for the opportunity to try and qualify, but no! These guys don't want to have to qualify. There are a couple of the top performers on the stream. We saw Mile, who was one of them earlier today, and he showed that he is what he needs to be considered for that auto qualification. And now We got Chronic versus NightOwl. In game number 1, Chronic takes the win. But not bad play from NightOwl, and at the end of that game, Chronic had a couple goals to make it look like it was a bigger blowout than it truly was. Since Chronic had it within a couple goals with a minute left. These two, a full minute 15 here into the second game without scoring. Last game ended very high scoring. Nice placement here from Chronic to get this first goal. Good 50 from him. NightOwl does a good job to recover. Low boost situation, though, means if Chronic can put it on the post, it's not going to get saved, and he does. Clinical shot from him. Hopefully these guys aren't experiencing the server troubles that apparently I am. Nice flip reset from Chronic this time. Doesn't put it in for a goal. Seems to be the theme of tonight. As Mile was absolutely unstoppable with them early. Nice big whiff from Chronic should mean this game's tied up. NightOwl absolutely beating himself up for missing that. That is what tilts are made of right there. As NightOwl was given the most wide open of nets that he was not able to convert. Chronic gets the demo here. Knows he's not going to be able to rush it to the net without having some boost. NightOwl will spawn too fast, so he takes to the wall. Does get a nice flip reset. NightOwl just too late to react here. Chronic's going to make him pay. NightOwl did go about to get the Hunter boost in the corner, but elected to not use any of it. Trying to play this last-second defense here. I feel like these guys know how to defend the flip resets better than I do, but it feels like the most success I see out of these players is when they try and snipe away the air dribble as early as possible. Those flip resets are so particular with when your car actually gets them and how long it takes to get there. Seems like the best challenge so far has to been get to that ball early before they can actually make any direction change. Nice 50 here from Chronic as NightOwl just sets him up backwards. He's going to give a little back and forth reverse to taunt him here. NightOwl Shadow. Really patient play from Chronic has actually been one of the keys so far in this match. When he gets that ball in NightOwl's half, he's willing to sit and just wait behind it and let NightOwl mess up himself. He's been able to convince him to do so a few times. Nice 50 from him here. This is what I'm talking about. This slow play is working out for him as he's just playing so calm. He gets behind this ball. He says, NightOwl, if you're going to come challenge, I'll just jump, put my nose right in the dead center of it, and I'll win the 50. Get a fourth goal here. Chronic on an absolute tear. Currently keeping NightOwl scoreless in game number 2. No reason to rush this ball. Chronic is going to take it across the whole field. He gets this flip reset, but not able to use any of it. NightOwl getting a little bit dangerous going out for that mid boost. Seemed pretty risky from him, and he actually was going to let Chronic score it for free. I think he was maybe raging at himself a little bit, but Chronic was not able to turn it in, and it's actually going to turn into a NightOwl goal. NightOwl breaks the seal, and it only takes him 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Gonna need to have a faster pace for the last part of this game. He wants to keep Chronic off of match point. Demo here means a 5th goal for Chronic, almost surely. Not a lot of spawns that NightOwl could get to get behind that ball in time. Chronic just in full control of this game. Even the one goal that NightOwl had, Chronic was missing what was seemingly an open net. Which just means whatever Chronic does is what happens. Which might seem like a silly statement, but just means to say that NightOwl cannot create anything for himself. Whether or not the ball goes in or not is completely up to Chronic. He's in complete control. Nice backflip challenge from him. Not sure what NightOwl wanted to be a demo, as that must have been a little bit earlier, since both of those guys were at a near stop on that play. Flick from NightOwl, no good as he goes wide. Another dribble is going to be set up from Chronic. Another thing that NightOwl's doing, that was certainly one of his issues when he played Flitz a couple days ago, is he almost seems to default as if him and his opponent were playing a freestyle 1v1, where you make your challenge and then you head all the way back to the net and let the other person make their challenge. And naturally, since I started mentioning it, NightOwl's going to do the exact opposite, a very early challenge after getting a miss to try and keep Chronic out, and Chronic's going to score anyways, so maybe it doesn't matter as Chronic's on fire here, getting to Brazil with 30 seconds left. Musty into a air dribble from Chronic's not actually going to be threatening, but he doesn't need anything threatening. 13 seconds left. Both these guys coming off the ceiling. NightOwl seems like he's had enough. Gonna have to try and turn this around in game 2. Can't forget his performance in game 1, which was a close one. Or only Ray says no. I think NightOwl was able to take a red team here, or at the very least he switched from his Octane to a Fennec. Seems like he's figured out what the difference between him, Chronic, and Mile were, as I'm pretty sure Mile was in the Fennec as well. Chronic gets to this ball late, a little bit too much separation between him and the ball on that air dribble. NightOwl gets a nice counterattack to get the first goal of this game. Definitely good for the mental strength to see yourself in the lead starting game number 3. Chronic's not sure who he is. He's got an identity crisis today. So did Daniel, I'm pretty sure. Both these guys playing with question marks at the end of their names. These two dancing at midfield after the kickoff with no boost for a long time. Chronic says he still doesn't need boost, and who knows why, since NightOwl puts on his second goal. Nice bounce off the corner here. Really convenient for NightOwl. Really nice angle there. Centimeters from hitting the inner post. He's able to dodge it. Put himself up to 420 left in the game. Somebody get a 420. Nice in chat. Nice low 50 from Chronic. He was so deadly earlier with that 180 flick. NightOwl has no choice but to get up early to try and respect it. Chronic takes it low, gets behind that ball, puts it in for his first goal. Chronic getting around this ball in time. That's not in. NightOwl had stopped moving his car, thought he had been bested. But he takes control now. A little bit late to that challenge means Chronic's going to win out big time. He's going to set up a shadow now. NightOwl put some nasty flicks on before. A little bit of a breezy flick attempt, but lets that ball get too far ahead of him. Meaning it's going to be an easy challenge for Chronic, and a nice counterattack from him is going to tie it back up. These guys just not able to put on the kind of threatening shots that it seems that Chronic and Mile are able to do every time down the field. It's these kind of execution errors and lack of consistency in attacks that are the difference between winning and losing these games. NightOwl trying to play a delayed kickoff is just going to get him beat out here for a kickoff goal. What you don't see is Chronic and Mile going for breezy flicks and having to bail off of them. I mean, maybe we actually do see that from Chronic a little bit this game, but it comes after 9 successful attempts instead of, you know, before securing a solid one. Chronic should be able to get an easy counterattack goal here. NightOwl was trying to go for the pinch. He's not even going to come back for it. He's feeling the hurt that Chronic is putting on him. He does not want to watch. Chronic off the corner. Has to use the flip reset just to keep NightOwl from saving it away. Doesn't actually get it into the net, though. Another flip reset from him. He's going to use it late. And with low boost, NightOwl should be able to collect this and counterattack. He's going to be bummed if he doesn't. But he does. And he'll secure it to bring the deficit back to 1. NightOwl, nice flick from him here to tie it back up. All of a sudden, NightOwl's in the talks again. Potentially winning this series here. Don't count him out just yet. Chronic a little bit late to challenge. NightOwl doing well to bring that ball as close as he could before executing that flick to push it past him. Chronic soft tap. NightOwl's not been doing great in these shadow positions so far. And he's going to continue to not do great here. So he elects not to challenge early. This shot, not exactly perfectly placed by any means, but does just a good enough job to put it past NightOwl. NightOwl low boost. Trying to squeeze this ball in. Chronic's going to be in control here. Not the flick he was going for, I'm sure. Or there's some meta that I don't understand yet. Chronic tries to fly far out to midfield to get to this ball. Doesn't end up getting the flip reset. And is actually able to squeeze it in for a goal. I'm so surprised that Chronic was able to turn something out of this. Having to fly from deep within the corner, flying the wrong way. I feel like NightOwl almost just gave too much respect for this hit. It's nearly impossible to get some good forward momentum when you have to fly as far back as Chronic needed to, but NightOwl just dancing in the net is going to leave an open opportunity for him. Nice challenge here. We'll get NightOwl his 5th goal back. This is something that NightOwl does. I'm not sure the rest of the people do, but he always ticks his camera with the countdown for the kickoff. Chronic's done a really good job this game of mixing up his attacks from aggressive and patient, as he gets another nice 50-50 here from said patience, and then speeds up the game to squeeze in a nice flick in the top of the net. NightOwl's flick stopped out this time. Looking for a demo, he wasn't able to get it, so Chronic's going to have to take it to his corner. Let's both these guys reset a little bit here. Chronic's tap off the wall a little bit hard. NightOwl deep on his challenge. Works out for him though, as Chronic's not punishing him, but then gets a dribble with the ball on top of his car. It's never going to cut it. Chronic too good to let him get back from that mistake. He forfeits with 1:20 left and 3 goals. Like I said, something not unprecedented, which, by the way, Daniel, if you're here, just means it's not like it's never been done before. So these guys show it is possible to forfeit. Don't know how much I love it, but that'll be the end of this match, as Chronic is going to win 3-0.